good afternoon, good evening from every side of the country that you might be watching us from. First, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing because we just reached 100 subscribers, and I know this is not the end. We are still going higher. We've not reached our target, but first I must appreciate you all for subscribing. Today I'm going to take a new topic which I call algebraic factor. I'm going to open your eyes in the way you are expected to solve this particular topic, though many people have problem with it. But by following this explanation, you are going to get algebraic factor, how to do it and how to solve it. Follow me as I start this explanation. Alright, you're welcome. The topic, like I said, is algebraic factor. Algebraic factor. When you hear this particular topic, there are some basic things you need to understand. The first one is what I call factor. If you don't understand what we call a factor, you might have a problem. And I can hear you asking me, what is a factor? A factor is a number or variable that can divide another number or variable without leaving a remainder. There are some basic things you need to know. The first one is a number or variable that can divide another what? Number or what? Variable. And the last one is without leaving a what? A remainder. You know, there are many numbers that can actually divide a number, and some will leave a remainder. But this one, when you talk about a factor, it must not leave a remainder. Let's see an example. E.g., factors of 8. That will be 8. That means you have to write all possible numbers that you multiply that will give you 8. First one, you start from the first number. You start from 1 because 1 is always a factor of any number. So we have 1 times 8. The next one, you go to the next number after 1, which is what? 2. You check, can 2 divide 8? Yes. Now what? 2 times what? 4. The next one is I check if 3 can divide 8, but that's not possible. I check the next one, which is 4. But what you didn't notice, we already have 4 are the what? This right answer. So therefore, you just make your arrow. This arrow is telling about your movement. So we have factors of 8 to be equals to 1, 2, 4, 8. According to what we have here, 1, 2, 4, and 8. Can you see that? Then the next thing is you need to understand what we call algebra. So there are different types of algebra. We have what we call algebraic expression, and we have another one we call algebraic equation. But one thing you need to know is that algebra is formed with a number and a variable. But when you introduce equality sign, I believe we all know this, that's a bracket, equal to, when you introduce equal to, then we have algebraic ask you what's the difference between algebraic expression and algebraic equation. If it's algebraic expression, let me write algebraic. Algebraic expression. E.g., we have 2x, that is a coefficient and a variable. You can have 3x squared y, a coefficient and what? Two variables. We have x squared, we have x. You can have 8pq. You can see coefficients and the variables. Then let's say we have 3 a, b, c. It's still an expression. So what we are saying is, in an expression there will not be, you don't have what we call equality sign. But let's see algebraic equation. In an equation, what you have in your expression, for instance, like I have 2x, you equate it to something. You can equate it to 9. That has turned the expression to what? An equation. Let's say, come out. You can have 3x squared y equals to minus 1. This is an equation because there is equality sign. I can have 8pq equals to 16. This is an equation. You can have 3abc equals to 24. And so on and so forth. Now, to what we call algebraic factors. Algebraic factors of an algebra. So let's now see how to solve it. Example 1. All the factors of the following. We have A, you have, let's say you have 2AB, and B, let's say you have 6A squared P. Let's say you're asked to find it. How are you going to solve this question? Some of you are already looking at it that is very hard, but it's very simple. Let's see solution. The first one, A, 2AB. The first thing you need to ask yourself is, what are the things you have there? We have the coefficient, which is 2. We have the variables, which is what? A and what? B. So if I want to express it, I can express that 2 times what? A times B. So I have to find factors of coefficients. That which is equal to factors, which is equal to what? 2. So I now find factors of 2. So factors of 2, what are the numbers that can divide 2? You notice that just 1 and what? 2. That is, 1 can go in 2 and 2 can go in itself. The next thing you need to write is to write factors of variable A, B, which will be, one thing you notice is that A can go here, we have B can go, and what? A, B. Those are the factors. Do you understand? So what we now do is, actually 1 can go in this one, in this AB, but you don't need to write 1 since we have 1 as factor of what? 2. Then you now take it, so factors of 2AB will now be equal to, you take it one by one. You take one of your factor of the coefficient, you take it in line with your variable. So 1 times A. You first write down your factors of your coefficient, which is 1, and what? 2. Once you are done with that, the next one will be, you take 1, and the first variable, 1 times A, will give you A. We have 1 times B, will give you what? B. 1 times AB, will give you what? AB. I'm done with 1. Then I go to second one, factor of my coefficient, which is 2. So I have 2 times A, which will give me 2A. I have 2 times B, which will give me 2B. 2 times AB, which is 2AB. Therefore, all the factors of 2AB are 1, 2, A, B, AB, 2A, 2B, and 2AB. You can see how simple this is once you understand the secret to this. Let's go to the second one. The second one says 6A squared P. So I have this to be 6 times what? 8 times A times what? P. So that means I have factors of 6. So I'll write it 1 times 6. I have 2. You check for 2. Can 2 go in 6? Yes. That will be 2 times what? 3. The next number I have to check is 3. But you already have 3 here. So you have this. So we have factors of 6 to be equal to 1, 2, 3, and 6. Then factors of variable A squared P will now be, if I split it, I will have A. Do you understand? So you can have what? P, because A can go, P can go. The next one is I collect 2 letters together. So if I have A, I have P, that means I can have what? AP. Are you following me? Then that's 2. A and what? AP. Yes, that's for 2. But the next one you can have is for the 3 letters, which is what? A squared what? P. There's no other thing you can combine. If you check A divided by A squared, you have what? AP. A squared P. If you use this A divided, use it to divide A squared P, you give AP. Use P to divide this one. If you use P, you have, sorry, there's another one. We have A squared. Yes, that's all. That's why you have to check whether this is complete. If you use A to divide A squared P, you have what? AP. If you use P to divide A squared P, you have A squared. If you use AP to divide A squared P, you have P. And if you use A squared P to divide A squared P, though you have 1, and that 1 is already part of the factors of your coefficient. So now, the next thing you need to do is factors of, you combine everything together, 6A squared P. We now first take all the factors of our coefficient, which is 1, 2, 3, 6, Then the next thing is you take all the numbers one by one and you be using it to join this. We have, let's first start from 1. 1 times A will give me A, 1 times P will give me what? P, 1 times AP, I have what? AP. 1 times A squared, that's what? A squared P. 1 times A squared, that's what? A squared. I'm done with what? With 1. The next thing is you go to your 2, which will be 2 times A. We have 2A, 2 times P, that's what? 2P. We have 2 times AP, that's 2AP. We have 2 times A squared, that's 2A squared P. We have 2 times A squared, that's 2A squared. That's for 2. You go to the next number, which is what? 3, which will give you 3 times A. You go to start from A. That's what? 3A. 3 times P, that's what? 3P. 3 times AP, that's what? 3AP. 3 times A squared P, that's what? 3A squared P. Then 3 times A squared, that's what? 3A squared. Are you following the way we are doing it? So the next one, you know we've done 1, 2, 3. The next one, the last one, which is factor of the coefficient is 6. We check. That what? 6 and A. We combine 6 with A. That what? 6A. We combine 6 with P. That what? 6P. That is 6 times P. We have 6 times AP will give you 6AP. Then we have 6 times A squared P. That what? 6A squared P. Then the last one, 6 times A squared, that what? 6A squared. Therefore, we've reached all the factors of 6A squared P, which are 1, 2, 3, 6, A, P, AP, A squared P, A squared, 2A, 2P, 2AP, 2A squared P, 2A squared, 3A, 3P, 3A 3a squared p, 3a squared, 6a, 6p, 6ap, 6a squared p, 6a. If that's the case, then the next thing you need to know is how to attempt this question, because your interest matter when you actually listen to any tutorial. So I want to check whether you understood the tutorial being done today. So I'm going to write a question which I want you to follow this tutorial. If at all you don't understand, try to go back, replay, and listen to every single step. I'm going to drop just 2 classwork, attempt it, and drop on my comment section. So I have classwork for you. Classwork. So let's have find all the factors of the following. Let's have A. Let me give you something. Let's say 7A. Then try this one as well. Let's say you have 2A, B, C. You can also form question from it, but solve these two. Whatever answer you're able to get, drop at the comment section. This will be the end of our tutorial for today. And like I will always say, every child is wonderful. If only you can take your time to allow the child to reason and also have the interest in what? Studying any particular subject or any particular area he or she wants. Until the next video, please subscribe, on your notification, like, and share. And I will say, you are wonderful.